Yo, what up, Kamikaze Soundwaves? Man, there is an arcade game of Halo. It's called Halo Fireteam Raven. It's pretty fucking awesome. So I had to play this thing. I was scrolling through on my phone. I saw a video review of it from like IGN, and I was like, I'm fucking there. Called Dave & Buster's, the one that's like maybe 10 minutes from my house at the mall. They sure enough had it, and I had to go and play it, and I want to talk about it. So the cabinet itself is essentially a 4-player on-rails light gun game. You get these big hulking machine guns, and the cabinet itself is pretty cool. It's outlined with actually like 2 Halo rings. What I thought was really cool is on the actual inside of the Halo rings in the cabinet, the Halo world is there and it rotates. I thought that was pretty fucking, that was a nice touch. But essentially, when you sit down, you have this big hulking machine gun with your triggers, buttons up here, which are essentially for your grenades, and you have a reload button in the middle of your gun. You are 4 players, you can play up to 4 players, and it's 2 big dual screens. And you can really aim your gun kind of all over the screen, but essentially really what it boils down to is you kind of just have to play in your respected area of your gun, which was kind of nice because I'm like, you know, if it's 4 players, if I just wanted to play by myself or 2 people, or how does that other side, you know, do we all have to, you know, does it make it harder? But no, what's cool is if the one person's not sitting in that chair and playing, that person in that area, like that gun kind of takes over on autopilot, and it kind of just takes care of itself in its area. So the aesthetics of the machine, like I said, pretty straightforward as far as these like Jurassic Park sitting in with a light gun game. Pretty straightforward. I just thought it was really awesome. It's got a big cool picture of Master Chief and all that stuff on it. But it was pretty epic. I mean, maybe not to everybody. I love Halo so much. When I saw it, I was like, oh, it's so cool. So the game itself is essentially the whole first story of Halo, but you're playing as Raven Team or Fireteam Raven. So Master Chief shows up a lot of times throughout the game because obviously he's on the first Halo ring, but it's the first story of Halo on that first Halo ring. Pretty fucking awesome. Master Chief shows up sometimes, does some cool ass shit in front of you, saves your ass and what have you, but you're fighting the Covenant to the Flood, and you go through the whole story. You know, you start off, I believe, on you know, one of the ships in the beginning. You go down to the Halo ring, you play through all the way to you get to the mall, and it kind of ends there where, you know, the ring of Master Chief ignites the grenade and whatever. You don't see that part, but I guess, you know, obviously that's how it ends. The ring blows up, and that's how the first story of Halo ends. Now, as far as the actual gameplay, it's pretty standard and by the numbers, but just because I'm shooting actual Covenant and Flood in an arcade game, it blew my mind because I love Halo so much. But you play with a lot of different guns. You play with the assault rifle, the plasma rifle, you even play with the Magnum, you play with the plasma pistol, which you don't get to charge up the plasma pistol, but whatever. You get 2 grenades, a standard UNSC grenade, and you get the plasma grenade, the sticky grenade. And you go through this whole, like, I mean, there's so many feels because going through like the it wasn't the library, but it was like you know, like the bridges where you're fighting all the Flood and the Covenant, and but honestly, there's also unlimited ammo sections, like where you're in space, like controlling a cannon, like shooting down Banshees and Phantoms and stuff like that. That was fucking awesome. There's Warthog stages where you're apparently, I guess, supposed to be the guy on the back of the Warthog on the turret shooting stuff. That was fucking awesome. Now, honestly, it just felt like any other Halo game to a degree because you do have these on foot sections. That's pretty much primarily most of the game. You play with the assault rifle and stuff like that, and you do have to hit that reload button. So, you know, once you clear out your area, you have to hit that reload button to make sure your ammo is back. You don't have to search for ammo and all that stuff. Ammo is just obviously given right back to you. Because, yeah, it's one of those on-rails games. Yeah, so you don't really have to worry about any of that stuff. You just hit that reload button and keep shooting stuff. Now, I thought it was really cool because, you know, the Covenant, they have their shield. You still got to work that shield off and hit them. But I will say, to a degree, kind of, you know, by the numbers arcade game, you know, you kind of just control your respected areas. And, you know, what will happen is like 4 elites will come out. You just need to take care of your elite or your grunt that comes in front of you or your Flood that comes in front of you. Now, there was a lot of sections where a lot of Flood is coming at you, where you kind of all have to just jump in and work together to clear that area out. Those were really intense and really fun. There was a lot of times where, you know, There'd be like you know, Banshees if you're in those unlimited ammo sections. Also, there was a lot of like when you were on like in UNSC ships, like and had unlimited rocket launcher ammo, taking down like you know, race and stuff like that was really cool. But they would like just be driving by and you'd have to like, you know, gun them down as quickly as you could. So what was also really cool is there's a score involved with, I think most of these games have that, but this one they would declare a winner whoever was first place. It wouldn't be second, third, and fourth. Whoever just apparently won would be claimed the winner. And my son was killing it, man. He was like the winner. Like I think I won like maybe once or twice, but he pretty much was the winner every time, because I didn't realize that it had accuracy on there. So like when in the unlimited area ammo stages, I was really just holding down that trigger and I wouldn't let go. I'm like, why not? I have unlimited ammo. But he wasn't. He was just waiting for the target, and that's why my score would like plummet, because I'm just wasting ammo and spraying bullets all over the place. But no, man, I gotta say, all in all, man, if you want to play it, we played the entire, there's a story mode and a mission select. So you can just pick whatever mission you want to. But I was like, no, I have to play the whole story mode. And we did. So I picked story mode. We played through the entire thing. It takes about 45 minutes. Essentially for me and my son, it cost me about $40. I loaded up because it's the power play card from Dave & Buster's, so I put about $40 on the card, and you know, whenever you die, you can just swipe it real quick and come right back. So if you want to play through this with a buddy or a friend, I would probably say it's going to cost you about $20 a piece to play collectively, or if one person's buying. I will say if you're playing with two people, it's going to cost you about $40. Kind of crazy to play through an entire story of an arcade game. $40, man, you can like buy a game for that and own it. I understand. And I know that it's an arcade game, but it was Halo, and it was the first game of Halo with an outside new game. And here's the thing, it's made by 343, which is fucking even cooler. But I mean, I'm such a huge fan. I had to go play this thing, and we played through the whole story. No bullshit. Even some guy, he was sitting there watching us. He probably came back about 25, 30 minutes later, and my son was on the left of me. He's like, "Are you guys still playing this?" And I looked over him and I'm like, yeah, I'm finishing this. So like, he doesn't know me, I don't know him, but I love Halo, so I'm playing it. And he asked my son a couple of questions. I completely had zoned out at that point. I'm just playing the game. But no, I gotta say that if you have a Dave & Buster's in your area, if you love Halo, I mean, you gotta at least go and play and put a few dollars into this thing. It is fucking cool. Graphics look amazing. It's a big arcade game. Really cool. I mean, I can't. I mean, honestly, when I got home, I was like so hyped. I'm like, man, I cannot believe the experience. That was so much fun. And playing it with my son too is a lot of fun. And we played the whole, and like I said, we played the whole thing, and we played through that whole story. You know, nothing groundbreaking as far as story goes. No, like, you know, there's little cutscenes here and there, and a few people were jumping in and out as we played through the whole story. It was kind of cool. Like some kids came, were like, "Oh, so that's how the ending is," because we literally played through the whole, and they like watched it, beat it, and saw the ending of the game. So I gotta say, if you can find this thing, if you have a Dave & Buster's, I mean, you gotta play it, man. It's so fucking awesome. Like I said, it is exclusive to Dave & Buster's. Maybe that's a time thing. Maybe it'll go to other arcades and what have you. But if you're looking to play through the whole story, I'd roughly go ahead and put about $25 to $30 in your card. If you're playing with a buddy, it's going to be about 40, maybe 45. I don't care how good you are, you're going to die. It has those sections, obviously, to knock, you know, for you to pump money into it. It's 8.8 credits per play. I don't know how that factors into the money thing. That's all I know that it was running us. But what else is pretty cool about it, you can actually link your Halo waypoint thing with it. You know, that Halo has that, like, you know, I guess where it links all your Halo stats and what have you into one thing. I'm not that guy. I don't even really, you know, play Halo like online like that anymore because Halo 5 was so terrible. But you can do that, which I thought was pretty cool. You can link your phone in there, or you can just scan the thing and it will link out all your stats and stuff to your Halo waypoint. I thought it was pretty cool. So at the end of the day, I just got to say that I thought it was a great experience. I'm such a huge Halo fan. And when I saw this, I just had to play it. And honestly, I just had to talk about this thing. It's so fucking rad. We had a blast playing it. And I gotta say, if you can find it in your area, if you got a Dave & Buster's, definitely check this thing out. It's a hell of a lot of fun. Maybe to me, because I love Halo, like I said, it's pretty standard as far as those games go. But to me, I thought it was just the fucking best. But anyways, this is Kamikaze Soundwaves. Thanks for stopping by. Much obliged. And we'll see you over the next one. Later.